There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.
A pleasant good evening, everyone. Good evening and Happy New Year to Dominica and Dominicans. Happy New Year to you, Petra. Happy New Year to you, Professor Bruno. This is another Clean Slate program. This is your humble servant, Mr. Carlos Charles. I'm coming to you live here from the Commonwealth of Dominica, and we're bringing you another Clean Slate. Petra, how has the holidays been?
Good. Blessings. Good night. Happy New Year. It's good to be back in the general public. I hope everybody is as happy to see us as we are to be here tonight.
Alex.
What's going on, young man?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. I'm very good. How are you?
Well, I'm here. I am doing my best. This is my second public program in about almost 6 months. But I'm happy to be here to share in whatever way you guys want me to share. I realize you did not brand me, so I got a color that's close enough to the public color. You guys didn't brand me, so I tried to brand myself. I'm sorry if I don't have the logo, but at least I came out dressed in the color to identify.
Team Unity embraces the colors of the national flag.
Yeah.
Our predominant party color is yellow, but we also embrace the colors of the national flag. So the beautiful green you have behind you, with the yellow, black, white, red, and the wonderful Cicero parrot. This we all endorse.
That does not negate the fact that you did not brand me. I see you guys are wearing the official attire with the logo and everything, Manisa. But that's okay. That's all right.
I just want to say welcome to all our many viewers who are tuned in. A lot of them have missed us. We are here. We've just been a little quiet on the social media space, but we have been very active in the background. We have been active on the ground and we've been active among ourselves as well. We meet regularly. We're planning. We're waiting for the right time to present our plans and programs for Dominica and Dominicans.
That is so true.
Alex, the space has been very active. Very active. I see a lot has been going on geopolitically around the world, as well as locally here at home. Let me not skip over the fact that our dear sister Petra has been active in her own space, and I want her to tell us, give her the time to tell the general public what she has been involved in over the 2025 period. We're in 2026. We're going to be doing new things, more things, greater things, but for 2025. Petra, how was 2025 for you?
2025 it had its ups and downs, but generally it was a great year. I felt I had a great contribution towards the agriculture economy in Dominica. I, through Judge Shipping Agency, did injected over $250,000 in our economy in Dominica.
Hold on,
By
hold on, hold
local
on. I
produce.
find you said that a little too fast. Say that a little too fast. You did what?
Spend injected by local produce in Dominica more than $250,000, more than $250,000 in the economy of Dominica for farmers. So, and that does not include the agents that are in Dominica that get paid and so on. So I've been trying my best. I use both air cargo, and I use the vessel as well to transport the goods out of Dominica to St. Croix. So this year I'm hoping that we'll be able to inject more money into the agricultural sector as the demand grows, and also that move to the mainland as well. So we know how it is now, but I'm working to make sure that whatever I do out here, that my Dominican people can enjoy some of the benefits as well. And that's what I had for 2025. And for 2026, I am on the path of writing, publishing some financial literacy for kids, so that we can help our young children to become financially literate, or in financial literacy, so that they can make better decisions when they grow up in terms of money management and learning how to save, how to invest, how to help others because they have surplus. So that is one of my goals as well for 2026, to help my people as much as I can.
Right,
Amazing.
right. Alex, you care to chime in on?
Simply
Well,
amazing. Simply amazing. I mean, $250,000, more than $250,000 is a lot of money into the economy. And Petra is an economist. That is not just money that died, because the money that was injected was used to do other things, and that could have multiplied 5, 6 times. So you could easily say the money that Petra directly put into the economy, if people who receive the money would have invested some and do certain things with some, there's a multiplier effect. So yes, it might be a ballpark of $250,000, a little more than that, but the real impact goes beyond just the direct money, because people could have maybe bought some other commodities and sell, do trading and stuff like that as well. So Petra, I think that was amazing. I think the economy got a bigger sting than just $250,000. And I expect this year to be better. Whatever we can do as a team to continue to support you, we will do that. And if more people did what you were doing, that would have been that would be better for Dominica. I mean, if half of the politicians who go around taking pictures, posing, putting up press releases and stuff like that would be doing what you're doing, I think our economy would be better. Let's say, for instance, we have 10 politicians doing this. 10 times 250,000, 300,000. That is how much?
2.5 million.
Exactly. And we have more than 10 politicians. Let's say 20 politicians. That's $5 million. You don't even have to go ask anybody for money. So what you're doing is great. It's a model. And I think it's one of the things that will propel you when you decide to run into office, and will guide the policies that you make as a policymaker, where your thrust and our motto and policy is not to give money to people, but to enable them to make a lot of money. And farming, agriculture is the best, probably the go-to way for us in Dominica. Yes, there are other things that we can do as well, but the mainstay of our economy has to be agriculture, and everything that goes around agriculture. So Petra, again, I'm very impressed with you. You've done this almost single-handedly. Of course, there have been support from different places. You can mention that if you would like to, but I give you real full marks. And no one has ever seen Petra Carlos posting for a picture saying, that's what I'm doing. No one has seen her do it. I went to St. Croix, and met with Petra, went to the supermarket with Petra. I did a little video that went viral. But she's working, doing her stuff, and not looking for limelight. So Petra, that model is a great model. We adopt it as a party. We're not going posting and showing what we're doing, but we are doing. And keep it up. That will take you very, very, very far.
And I'm not going to mention that I do help people back home through other groups, through other organizations. I help where I can to help people to go back to school.
Schools.
I help schools with supplies, school supplies.
Yes.
And I do what I can for my people, because at the end of the day, people come first. And if we could help people, let them understand their importance, I think people in Dominica would, and when they listen to our policies, they will see that we are just for the people. It's not about us, it's just about the people.
Are listening to our policies, Petra. They are listening to our policies from high places to low. They are listening.
Of course.
Because I'm pretty certain that a lot of our policies ended up in mainstream decision making, if I may put it this way.
Two of them I can speak about very boldly. Last election, we were the only party with a manifesto. We contested the last election. We were brave enough to stand up for Dominica's democracy against an incumbent party, well-financed. They were never going to lose. We were never going to win. In fact, I was even shocked we got over 100 votes. After 2 months of formation, elections were called. We decided we were going to run. We were able to raise some money to run and to file 5 candidates. So that is an achievement beyond measure after 2 months. Now it's almost 3 years after, and if anybody asks about our readiness, they should not question that. Because if after 2 months we were able to send 5 candidates, have a manifesto, do some mobilization, we are ready now. 3 years after the fact, and Carlos is actually displaying the manifesto on the screen as we speak. We won't have enough time in 1 hour to go over all the things that we spoke about. But I can say 2 things that we mentioned. One, we would increase the number of ports of entry into Dominica. St. Joseph, Grand Bay, and Marigot would be port areas. And I heard the Honorable Prime Minister mention that there are plans afoot to transfer Marigot Bay front into a port. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't have the idea, but we have that documented as something that we would do. We also spoke about something for the cultural icons, and Grand Bay, of course, would have been a commerce city. So Grand Bay is called Grand Bay City, but we would make Grand Bay an official city. Marigot an official city. St. Joseph an official city. So we would have more cities in Dominica, or let's say call them towns, like Portsmouth is. And we would retrofit Portsmouth into almost a quasi-city. So we would have Marigot, Grand Bay, St. Joseph, Portsmouth, and Roseau as major municipalities in Dominica. We heard the Prime Minister said again that they're trying to create a national heroes, whatever, National Cultural Hall of Fame, something like that, coming exactly from what we proposed in our manifesto. So we want to say
I was happy to share a copy with him. So,
yes.
So he shouldn't be ashamed to mention that is where he took it.
But we'll mention it. We will mention it because we know we have it documented. He might have said it, but you can go back to the time when our manifesto was done. It is documented there. And we would like to thank the Prime Minister for adopting at least those 2. And I know he will adopt more. Well, I do not know how much more he's going to adopt because how many more years do we have in this term? Another 2.5 years? I do not know but if everything works well and the glory of God shines on us, and we get elected into office, he would have probably seen his final term in power, at least at this time. We don't have any problem with the Prime Minister. We just want to replace him so that our team present the kind of policies that we think are necessary, especially in this geopolitical climate. And we can talk about that a bit later. This geographical climate calls for a new dimension, new attentions. We are not saying anything to castigate anybody. We just want to replace the present government so that the ideas that we have, the progressive ideas that we have going into the future will be presented to the world. Because I think the PM and his team, they have done their best. They have done some good stuff. They have done some not too good stuff. No issues with them. It is just time that Dominica move differently, and we would like to work towards doing that. And that's what TUD is about.
Yes.
New ideas, a different and a more progressive approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody even asked. Somebody asked us. Asked me, why don't we join? Why don't we join with those that are already there? So I told them, you know, when you're in a job, sometimes you reach that far and you cannot go further than that. And you need somebody to come in with new ideas to build on what is there already. We, Team Unity, is those we think that given the opportunity can build on what that is here, the foundation that is there already, and take Dominica into a higher dimension or higher level. And so I also tell the person, we cannot lead from below. Even if we have all the great ideas in our manifesto and we are not given the opportunity to bring it into fruition, all we have is things written on paper. But given the opportunity, we can actually put these things into policy where people can benefit from it. So hence the reason we believe that Team Unity should be given the opportunity to come in and do what is best. Because we have a lot of great ideas, and if you read the manifesto, they will see that all the ideas are for the people. And everybody can benefit from it as long as you're willing to work.
And if we ever get a chance to be in office, we will actually implement those policy positions and to help to change the lives of Dominicans. One of the things we said we would do as well, we'd create a 1,000 strong sort of rapid response team of young people. So you see all the issues of the young people not having work and the violence. We can speak about that as well. Violence doesn't just happen just because. There are a lot of different things that cause society to go into those situations. And money, jobs, one of the main factors.
Exactly.
If we can create a situation where we have 1,000 young people as part of a rapid response group, sort of a paramilitary national guards, and they are being paid. They are headquartered in an area, and we have 10, 15 acres of land so that they can do this stuff, get the training, get the skills training, and they are paid. We work with our friends in China or America to develop that program where they are salaried. And their job is to work towards retrofitting the housing stock that our government is building, maintenance, take care of the elderly when there is a problem for you to be the first to assist or to help the police and stuff like that. But they are being trained with skills, diving skills, welding skills, building skills, masonry, carpentry. But they are salaried. They're also doing farming and agriculture, and they are the ones who go around making sure that our country is peaceful and nice. And I can see our wonderful fellows on Zone Rouge, Washington, and these other areas being part of those paramilitary organizations and assisting law enforcement to take care of our country while they're getting a decent salary. So that's one of the things we would do as well, to recreate not an army, but a group of first responders who are trained with the prerequisite skill in terms of emergency response, ambulance, and stuff like that, to assist all the different sectors where there is shortfalls, and certainly to be first responders. So that's one of the things we will do, and we will certainly target the young unemployed boys and girls. 1,000 people, we should be able to take care of most of that problem, in addition to what we will do in farming and agriculture as well. So we're putting that out there again. We know somebody might take it if they have a chance, but if and when we get into office, we will implement this. And the salary will not be less than $2,000, They'll be very well paid, because we will talk to our friends in China or America or wherever we have friends and say, look, here's what we want to do, and here's what we think in 5 years will happen. We need at least $1 billion to salary and to take care of stuff, and we will get the aid. We will get the aid, because you're talking about national defense. So we will get the aid from our friends in China or America or any of the countries that America is a friend to. Remember, we are not friends to prime ministers. We are friends to countries. So the same friendship our current prime minister has, we will have that same friendship when we remove him and put TUD in office. And we will use that friendship to get those kind of support to manage our country. So I wanted to bring that out again, Petra, because you actually fed me with the opportunity to declare one of the policy things that we will do when it comes to dealing with the issue of unemployment, and probably indirectly to addressing one of the ills, the crime, the high crime rates that, of course, I in 2025 had to be a victim of. Having lost my son, through one of those drive-by shootings and stuff like that. So this is come right on my doorstep.
Right on the doorstep, yeah.
Right on my doorstep. So there's no way we're not going to do something to address this
And
problem.
bro, I know that it goes without saying that we're here with you. I know the time it's going to take time before you fully recover from that. But I hope that never visit other homes in the future. And I just want to congratulate our law enforcement in Dominica for having stepped it up in the last days and months since these things have turned up on in the country. But Alex, before you continue, let me just big up and welcome our many listeners, persons such as my aunt Margaret Wallace, who incidentally tomorrow is her birthday. So happy birthday, auntie! I wish you many more. She's younger than me, Alex. She born before him, but she's younger than me. And of course, our good friend Mr. Darwin Telemac, he gives us a shout out this evening. I suspect that is for specific for Alex. Good night, Mr. Telemac. I hope you're doing well. Yourself and your family, and the many others who are tuned in.
Darwin is a dear friend, a brother.
Not forgetting Mr. Trendsetter Murphy.
Oh, that man
is one of our listeners.
Darwin is a no-nonsense guy, a stickler for detail. He's an absolute darling. He's a brother too, So I'm happy that Darwin is there. I'm happy that Naren is there, and your sister, your aunt, she's somebody who inspired me. I told her so before on many occasions. She's actually very inspiring. She does something live that really captivates. She's of course a sociologist or psychologist.
Psychologist.
So she's trained and she knows how to intervene, and she has intervened for me over the loss of my son. On a couple of occasions, I had a conversation with her again a couple of days ago as well, and she makes their time. She's one of the best listeners that I've spoken with, and so I'm happy that she has made the time to be here with us tonight.
And indeed, she is one of the ladies from our soil, and not only from our soil, but from my area as well. And it's because of her that I took the initiative to write that book, because she inspired me as well. Yeah, so she's been a great source of support to me, and she does it for free. Yeah. And we need to appreciate our people who are willing to give selflessly to their people in the country without asking for nothing. So yeah, Miss Margaret, thank you.
And what it would have been nice if she was nominated, Carlos, as an influencer, because I think, because Naren is there, he's an influencer as well. But what I think, I do not know what category or what's the criteria for nominating people.
Criteria, yeah.
Whether you need to be entertainment, because she is not into entertainment, but she's an academic, she's a professional, and she's an influencer. So I think she should be nominated for an award maybe next year, or she should be considered for an award, because yes, we do the entertainment stuff as well, but there are some people like her who do very serious stuff. She's entertaining, yes, but very seriously. So I'm hoping that Warix and the people who do those awards can remember to at least a mention, a nomination for people like her who do very serious interventions. Had it not been for people like her, boy, some of us would have been more stressed than we are today.
That's so
Alex,
true.
While you're on that, let me just take the opportunity to congratulate all the winners And when I say all the winners, I mean those who have been nominated and those who have received the awards.
Yeah.
Yes,
They are
definitely.
all winners. I'm very proud of our local celebrities. They are very hardworking men, some
And
and
women.
women,
And women.
uh,
And women.
and women, yeah, and women. When I say I remember our current calypso monarch,
Joy.
Joy Stoltz.
She won
Yes,
something too, right?
yes, she won.
Yeah.
She won. I think best female artist. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very proud of this young lady there. She will do wonders. I'm looking forward to her contribution this year in the calypso arena. And not
Yeah.
forgetting Trendsetter, I waiting for yours, you know. I
But
waiting
hey,
for you.
Mr. Lennon boy.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
you
hear you have a
I
right
know,
there.
I know
I
Joy is the monarch, but I mean, Trendsetter is even on with us tonight. You're gonna about you looking forward to Joy. I mean,
yeah,
yes, me too.
I hear Naren have a writer there, waiting to hear what they come up with. Yeah,
Yeah, he said he going to call to put pen to paper. So myself, I waiting to hear what that come out of it.
you, you see,
To
Trendsetter is a very very strict person, but you need to remember I'm a harsh critic too, so he'll be getting my feedback in his ears. Yeah,
you
don't worry.
should listen to the
But I
release.
think he does. I think he does a great job to bring out issues, and he don't only bring out the negative, but he also bring out the positive that's being done in Dominica. So I think he does a great job. In his calypso, he makes me laugh. So I'm looking forward to this year to see what he's going to come with. And congratulations, and tell him to do his best. Just keep doing what you do best.
He was
Uh,
nominated to be for Influencer of the Year.
who nominate who?
He was nominated, you know. I mean,
Okay, yeah. Yes, he's
always.
a winner, so I congratulate all the winners. Congratulate
And
all the
last
winners.
year's Road Match King, eh?
Say again?
Road,
Yes, he
last
was.
2025 Road Match King. Remember that? Road Match Monarch.
Yes, he was.
But
So
Alex, I find you defensive.
so you know what we have already. Don't tell me you're waiting to see what we have. You know we is a bomb every time we come
We,
out.
we, we, we.
Yes.
Team Narin, Team
Okay.
Trendsetter.
Okay. I just find you was a little defensive on that.
No, as you say, you're waiting. I mean, I know you're waiting, but you should expect good things, man. You should expect good things.
Trendsetter is always doing his work. I know he doesn't waste time to do what he has to do, and of course, like others, he has a solid team around him, and I guess he listens to constructive
You
feedback
listen.
and so on and
Yeah.
so forth.
5 o'clock
I'm not.
tomorrow. He's
Before we
releasing a
even go
5
further, before we even go further, I think in the manifesto we have some plan for young people or young artists,
Oh, yeah.
or young influencers
Oh, yeah.
in it as well. So we're on top of it as well, because we see the potential our people have, and we want to ensure that we can make them go to the highest level with our policies that we have in place.
In fact, I think we have culture and agriculture in the same ministry. We
Yeah.
were actually saying that we would have 11 ministries. You see all these different cabinet positions. We're not going to have all of that. We're getting rid of all those, everybody who we have to get a post. 11. And we have it in the I mean, we discussed it already sometime last year, and Carlos can show it again briefly, but we don't have the time to get into all of that. But when we get into office, if we have the blessings of the Almighty and the people's endorsement, we will cut down on the fluff and the great spending for administrators. We'll have 11 ministries covering all the areas that have been covered now. By how many ministries we have now? I do not know. 21, 27, 28. I don't know. We don't
You
need
lost count. You lost count.
we don't need all of that.
Yeah.
We don't need all of that. No, we don't need all of that. Yeah.
In terms of before we the time doesn't wait for us. We have already gone through half an hour into the program. I want us to touch a bit on our international policy. It cannot leave you guys that something significant took place over this past weekend, and Team Unity cannot but touch on that. state where we would like to stand in terms of the activity. Alex, I want to allow you to take the first shot at this, and myself and Petra will comment afterwards.
What exactly you want me to comment on? Which there are a number of things that have happened internationally. There is the issue of the Venezuela.
That we are, before we get to Venezuela, we have to start with the visas.
Yeah.
And then we come to Venezuela.
There's the refugee issue as well, which is
current. Yes, that was announced yesterday.
Yes.
All right. So, in what order do you want me to touch on them? Which one first?
In the order that we
Venezuela,
Venezuela, refugees,
and refugee.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you would know that I have, on many occasions, have had to consult with people. Just today, I had a very important call from someone high up who wanted my analysis of those issues, and I will share the same thing that I shared with the person when I spoke with them earlier today. I'm talking about somebody high up. So the visa issue that we have in Dominica was imposed by America after due warning was given to ask us to clean up certain things. I believe that our government had done some compliance work before that, and I would imagine after that. But because I think of the nefarious activities that have happened with our passports in the past, this has left a sort of a sour taste in the mind of the people who run the geopolitical affairs of the world. And I would assume that they felt that they had enough justification to place some restrictions on Dominica when it comes to people wearing Dominican passport. And we know the details of what America said in terms of the visa, the no visa issuance from January 1, the slowing down in terms of the naturalization and the permanent visas or the working visas, etc., etc., etc. And I think there was an immigration attorney who did a very good job at that, so we don't have to break that down. But I think the nitty-gritty of all of that is the past behavior of the people who were involved in the business and the holders of our passport, most of them the diplomatic passport, and what appeared to have been a lack of control of our government in terms of the entire program. I think the government has done a lot of work to come into compliance, but old habits die hard. And then America felt it best to place this restriction on Dominica with the hope that we will continue to work towards harmonizing our citizenship program with, I guess, the America's program and other countries' program. Yes, I heard our Prime Minister said that we are part of this CARICOM based initiative where all the CARICOM countries have adopted principles suggested to those countries by the geopolitical directors. So maybe that has been done. I'm not saying no, but we can all agree, based on the past and what we have done, there are some things that remain unfixed. And I guess we have to address this. I think that's the main reason why the restrictions were placed on us, I believe. If I am wrong, I guess one of the diplomats will correct me on that. It's not a very enviable position to be in. And I really wish that we can get our act together, because that thing is affecting us now. It will affect us worse in the future. I mean, we are part of the American basin. We are in the Americas. We do not leave to Dominica and go to Canada or England or France or China as often as we go to America. If we cannot trade, if we cannot commute, if we cannot connect with America the way we have been, we're in trouble. Economically, socially, culturally, we're in problems. So I think our government is vehemently trying to fix that issue. And I think the refugee status or accepting refugees tied, I think, in some way, shape, or form to those conversations. Again, I do not know for sure, but the way I understand politics and how the system works, I would not be very surprised if the decision to accept having people brought third country refugee brought into Dominica, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a proviso tying back to the passport to this one. I'm not saying that as if I know, But again, I'm just supposing that this
Just
may have something
suggesting.
to do with that.
And that was the first thing that came to my mind when the Prime Minister said that. I'm not sure if others picked that up because I don't think that regular, not that we are against persons of other nationalities, but when somebody says a deportee or a refugee, instantly some sort of negative connotation comes across with it in mind,
Yeah,
and persons would on first reaction look at this as something that we should not accept. But
yeah.
sometimes it's not always what we want. There are persons who decide the way things happen, and
Well, Carlos, power rules the world, and might is right.
I didn't want to say it like that.
Since the Second World War, things have changed a bit, where we kind of respect people's sovereign space a bit more. But America has not forgotten what America had done before that, and what the countries before America, England, France, had done before that.
Yeah.
Do people who had the might used to just control countries? Dominica was a colony, to
Yeah.
England. So we are no longer in the days of the colonial rule, but the major players know. Look at what happened. This man, Maduro, went to sleep Saturday night in his bed with his wife.
Friday night.
With his wife, I guess, next to him, thinking that he's going to wake up tomorrow and do certain things. And he woke up in a jail, in a detention center in America the next day. Because America had the ability to do it. They were able to go and extract him out of Venezuela. I don't want that to happen to our people or any other leader. The world had moved away from that. But America is showing that America can do that in the current time. And who is to say that America cannot? They can. They are a very mighty country. They can almost go anywhere and take any leader if they would like to. I'm not saying that they should. But this is pretty much what the world was
How it's
like.
ruled. Yeah.
How the world is ruled. And again, with the creation of the United Nations and all these international organizations following the World War II, a number of things had been regularized. But I suspect, seeing what happened in Ukraine with Russia, Russia is similarly doing something similarly.
Same
And again,
thing, yeah.
China might be eyeing their sister country, Taiwan. I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but if America is doing it, I mean, and you're a superpower, which they are, you never know what's going to happen next. Look at what Russia is doing in what's the country again? In Russia across this thing. Ukraine. So again, these are just general ideas that I'm putting out there. I'm not creating any conspiracy, saying that things are going to be happening. When we're talking about geopolitics, you asked me the question. So I'm just answering the question by touching on all those areas. And I'm hoping that the global order maintains, and nations don't think that they should just continue doing the stuff that they can do. In the case of Maduro, there is evidence that I have read and seen that suggests that he, in some way, shape, or form, is complicit when it comes to some of the narco activities that takes place in and around Venezuela. Again, I'm not accusing him of doing that. He has not been convicted of that as yet, but there appear to be evidence leaning towards that, and that's why. Yeah, and that's what I think America took him. But again, it looked like the reason for taking him is being changed, because I'm hearing that America is going to control Venezuela and the government. This is a different kind of conversation. I don't have enough facts to comment on that thoroughly, but it looks as if the reason for taking the Venezuelan president is changing with and in time. And I'm hoping that
you may have
really.
You may have your suspicion that it may be different, but you can't sit here and say that it's
no.
Okay.
I wouldn't know until the facts are presented and the matter is ventilated and prosecuted. I really do not know. So, and we do not condemn anybody. We don't condemn America. We do not condemn Venezuela. We're just looking at the things as it unfolds. And as someone who does what I do, I will comment responsibly on what I understand is happening. And I cannot go ahead of myself and say things that I probably cannot say, you should not say. But I'm just hoping and praying that the global order maintains and sovereignty is respected and restraint is exercised. And the world will be a world predominantly of peace, where we can get along and just work with each other. I mean, the stronger nation and the weaker nations find the happy medium, and let's just continue doing things and enjoying the best quality of life we can in this world that God has blessed us with.
I just want to ask one question on this before you move it forward. So based on the refugee situation and the deportees and the agreement that the Prime Minister said in the press conference that he's working with America on, how do you see this impacting our economy? Because based on history, deportees and refugees do not have financial stability, which means the country that they go into has to maintain and support the needs for some time being, because after a while, some of them become valuable to society. Not that I'm saying that everybody, but I'm just saying in the early ages, a lot of the people rely on resources from the country that they are deported or that accept them to meet their needs. And in an economy as ours in Dominica, where we see people are struggling and spending power is at its lowest, and we are, as a people, struggling to survive, because if you look at what is happening in Dominica and you follow them for a while, you will see. And then we take on additional people that cannot add to the economy or cannot add to the GDP of our country. How do you see that affecting us in the short term and in the long term?
Short, long, medium. Okay. So there's going to be a hemorrhaging in terms of the introduction of these new peoples. They're humans. We have to treat them with the humanity that we should treat people. But I'm hoping that the Honorable Prime Minister has cut a good deal with America, and that at least America is going to be financing the maintenance of the refugees for at least the first 2-3 years. In the absence of a direct injection of money into a refugee fund to take care of the refugees, we have a problem on our hands. So I'm hoping that with the astuteness that we expect the Prime Minister to come with, he would have negotiated a package of at least a few $1 billion in an escrow account, a refugee account, to first of all set up the infrastructure to receive the refugees. Because refugees should not just be unleashed on the people like that. We should have a center, not a detention center, but a refugee center built from scratch before we get the first refugee. Because where is the first refugee going to go? In Maho, in Tatan, in Tukari? Where? You cannot just put refugee among the general population. So we need a refugee center to be developed. We have a lot of land in Dominica. So we should see a battleship coming in from America with builders. They can build a place overnight, create a wonderful center, plant trees, food, have security, cameras, proper sleeping accommodation, quarters separated for men and women to avoid abuse. They should probably build a new prison for us, so State Farm Prison can be taken away from where it is there now and build a brand new penitentiary as part of the deal for us. Get us some new Coast Guard vessels while we're at it. Maybe retrofit the police station. Give us something that's worth having refugees. Maybe supply the hospital with the things that the hospital needs, stuff like that. Because refugees, they are going to get sick. They're going to rely on our health care. So I believe that our Prime Minister would have negotiated all of that as part of the grand package, because if he did not do that, it will stress us too much. So the center has to be developed. You have to augment defense in terms of our Coast Guard. He will give us, maybe he get us a brand new police station, certainly a brand new prison to move away from stock farm with that fumes and everything that affect people in Fonkoli all the time. So I would imagine being the astute person that he is, he would have thought of the package of stuff and tell the State Department, okay, we are a poor country, developing country, we need some help. We can sign on for 5 years, first of all, at let's say $1.5 billion a year. That's about $10 billion. And if you could send a troop down to build those infrastructure, I am sure that our Prime Minister did that. And if he did not do that, I think he will do it after tonight. Because accepting refugees come with a lot of things. People like Dr. Trifi should be hired to be brought in to be helping people psychologically to deal with that situation. Though we have never had that. Training, Petra. We have to train the police, law enforcement, and other people how to deal with people from other cultures. So a training thing should be in process now. People like Alex Bruno who understand the American system, I would be happy to come in and help train the police to understand that aspect of international law and the introduction of new citizens into our country. No, I'm not asking for a job. I'm just being troublesome by saying so. You can get anybody to do it. So train the citizenry, the people who are going to interface with the refugee, to deal with the refugees. If we do not do that, Crapo smoke our pipe.
The one thing you didn't mention though, Alex, the economic benefits for the country, because it's not just bringing people to the country. Yeah, you mentioned a couple $2 billion, but we, as part of it, we should look towards the future benefits for the country.
But people are human resources are the main resource, and if you have, let's say, 1,000 refugees here, eventually they're going to become assimilated into the system. And you have engineers, you have technicians, you have different people. Because we need people in Dominica, we need population.
Yes.
So if we can make use of the reformed people who had been deported from America, there's a student of mine. She has a father who was in America for 30 years. He's now 48. So he'd been there since he was 17, 18. He's married. He met his daughter in America. I'm teaching her in my class. I speak up the man because he had not yet gotten his final call for his green card. The man has never committed a crime. He had never been in trouble with the law. He just happened not to have been documented at the time when they came to him. They deport the man back to Guatemala. And the poor girl has to be doing 2 jobs to be trying to take care of him over there. He knows nobody over there. So she paid for a house for him and her little place. My student, it affected me directly. It hurt me to the point where I had to go seek help. Because she's one of my best students, and she told me, Professor, my daddy was taken. I said, taken how? ICE. Again, I'm not criticizing ICE. I'm just saying that people like that, we can benefit from them. Because this guy is a constructor. So if they send somebody like that to Dominica, we have work for them. So that can assist us, Carlos, in terms of building an economy by using the skills of the refugee people. Because we should not frown on refugees. We could be refugee too in Dominica. You never know.
Alex, these are the exact things that I want to hear you say, so Dominicans can understand where we're thinking.
Yeah, when we hear the word refugees, it's not always bad or people. It's just people who fall in unfortunate situations.
A gunslinger or a drug dealer that they want to sell. They're looking to get people out of the country who are not regularized.
Who are not documented.
Yes.
So I think it should be on a case-to-case basis, so that you can understand the background of the person before accepting them into our country.
Yeah, and we know the skills that they come with. So we have a little thing and we make sure we check them out to make sure that they are being properly reformed.
We collect the data because data would be good to assist us. Yeah.
Integrating them, we can see the progress that they're making. And if we think that someone who is in the refugee center is ready to be assimilated because they have skills that we do not have, we say, well, let's do that. You have 6 months to try you into this pilot program, and you never know. You could have somebody who be able to split the atom in Dominica as a refugee, and we benefit from that.
Alex, something just popped up. One of our viewers there, my dear aunt, is asking, what if we don't have the leverage to ask for those things.
Yeah, that is a very important point. And it goes back to the point that I made that the might and power controls. So we may not be able to have the ability to make that negotiation. So I'm saying that would be ideal. In the ideal world, Dr. Trifi, that would be the case. I do not think it's an ideal world for us. I think we are in a situation where we are told, we are voluntold to do this, and we will talk about other things later on. I think again, I'm not coming to any solid conclusions, but I honestly think that our prime minister was in a tough spot, and he may have cut a deal that he felt was a good deal, and I'm hoping that after tonight's program, he can go back to the drawing board and say, well, I heard the people at TUD talking about certain things which make sense, and Mr. State Department, is there any way you could give us some training to do that? And here's what we should need to do. Again, I would imagine he would have thought of all of that before. And as Dr. Trifi said, probably we don't have the leverage to make those sort of requests, but why not try it? Make it. We might not get it, but try it. Say, look, we are a struggling developing country. We don't have the money. We need some money. Give us at least 3 years of support. So even if we don't get 3, we get 1 year. But you have to fight, man. You have to negotiate, even if when your back is against the wall. So that is my answer to that. That's my pushback to that.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I
I see it.
know. Go ahead, Petra.
No, I was saying I see the time is coming to an end, and I think we have not touched on one of the most important. We did international and regional, but local. We have not spoken on some of the local issue that happen in Dominica that are affecting our people as well. And we're going to ask our dear brother again that question, and then we can come up with we can say anything else about that. But I want us to address it tonight because I think the Dominican people are waiting to hear our stance on the destruction of our natural resources that we are having in Dominica at that time. We know a lot of land was for the airports, and so we did the trade-off and we say, okay, we're losing agricultural land for international airport. Maybe in the future it will balance off itself. But now we are losing all our resources, and it's directly affecting our Kalinago people. It's directly affecting the water, the river that we enjoyed as children, where we would drink the water and so forth. So now that we're in this situation, how would you, Mr. Alex, think that we would be able to approach that situation in Dominica?
But the Debauche mining fiasco is indeed a fiasco. It should stop forthwith. If we were in government, we wouldn't do it. It's been done now, but the government should be wise and prudent. And I heard again the Prime Minister saying that was the best soil, the best area, all of that might be that. But the nitty-gritty is we have a problem. It is negatively impacting the environment. So I think common sense should prevail. And we should stop the project. We should evaluate, see the damage caused. It's going to take a few years, many years, to repair the damage that's already been done. But if we don't stop now, it will take
a longer time.
So I think, honestly, it would be the best thing if our government decide to put a halt. If we were in government, we would not even start it. Because the way we look at Dominica is as a haven. So we should not be mining or digging Dominica. For the same reason why we took out our government. Remember there was a song, Don't Mind Me by Hurricane, and they took out the UWP out of government because of some exploration for mining. Now you are deliberately mining and browning the river, and not much is being said by you. So the government, our government, probably need to take stock and stop it. Just stop the mining right away. And see what damage has been done. And I want to applaud the young people for leading on that. And let them continue to lead. We'll support them at the back. We should not politicize this or make it a partisan thing. Let the young Brisbane child and the other people do that. They are doing a fantastic job. They are calling global attention to this. And I think if our government has a conscience, they will stop and try to source material elsewhere for the airport that we will build. We are not going to take over the government and not build the airport. We will build it because I think the government has done enough to try to get it going. There is no way we're going to scrap the project. We will develop it. We will build it. We have other ideas that we can do in and around the airport. We will not say it now. But Mr. Prime Minister and government of Dominica, we will build the airport. So if you lose the office, do not feel threatened about being out of office. We're not going to come after you and try to put you to jail. In jail, we're not a vendetta-driven party. We just want to replace you because we think we have ideas to help make Dominica
that are more beneficial.
Yeah, for everyone, not just for the few.
Everybody, for everybody.
So we will finish the airport, but we will stop the mining and get the soil. So if we have to go Guadeloupe and get the soil, let's go and get it there from a badge. We should not be mining in Debuash because that's having a negative and detrimental effect. I'm not telling the government that they must stop it. I cannot tell the government what to do. But I'm just saying that as a government, we would not do that. And if we were in office, we would not even start it. And the outcry would certainly touch our hearts. And we would stop the mining in Debuash and see how we can repair the damage. It will take a few years now. But if we don't stop now, it may take decades to repair the damage.
And Alex, there is enough material in other places that has been earmarked for that sort of activity that they can get the material to use for the airport.
Bro, if we have to go Guadeloupe or St. Lucia, we can go there too.
We don't even have to go
Guadeloupe. That's happening in
don't even have to go far.
Okay, so the mining in Debuash is a mistake.
Yeah.
It is a big mistake. We should not be doing this. I mean, we are the nature island of the world. And our river is wrong red eye. We are battering.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we cannot do that.
You see, people don't understand. Like, you cannot promote something and destroy the same thing that you're promoting. Like, it does not make sense. It does not add up. Like the people keep saying, the math does not add up. You cannot promote Dominica as the nature isle of the Caribbean, the nature isle of the world, ask people to come in to enjoy our rivers, our lakes, our stream, only to bring them to see that you're damaging the same thing that you're promoting. Like, pick a side, stick to it.
And we know that the DDA is doing.
Yeah, it really in all the efforts to promote us as a haven of nature and tranquility. But again, I think the government has lost touch. The government is in office for a long time, and like anything else, when you have overstayed or when you have become too comfortable, you don't see the basic things that you should see. So I think the government needs a rest. The Prime Minister certainly does need a break, and we are here to offer him the break and the government the break. We, again, no vendetta. We have no plans to hurt anybody. The people who are millionaires under this government will continue to be millionaires. We will just make more people millionaires.
That's right. The whole plan is to put a system in place where everybody who willing to put in the work can become millionaires.
Yes. So we don't think anybody should go to jail for whatever. Whatever you do, you will see. It's not for us to do for you. It's for you to determine what your future is going to be. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you can retire. You can feel free to relax if you would like to, knowing that when we get the reins of office, we will continue from the good that you did, and the bad that you did, we'll try and fix it, and we'll move on. Our plan is not to derail or to break down, is to build. So we will finish the airport, but we will find soil and material elsewhere. We will stop the mining as soon as we get in, and I hope you do it before we get in. And again, just to reiterate, the people who support the Prime Minister, support the whoever party, we, Team Unity, Dominica, we all about working together for the benefit of our country and our people. That was come and gone already, boy, Carlos, boy. 2 minutes remaining. Wow.
We need to touch for just a little bit on some of the plans for 2026. I know we want to start declaring some candidates in constituencies around Dominica. I see one of our viewers asked if they can be a candidate. I'm not sure if you know Alan Samuel, Alex.
Oh, I know Alan Samuel very well. That's my schoolmate.
Alan wants to know which constituencies is.
Well, we are, as a standard rule, we're not doing any candidates in Marigot, nor Salisbury.
No Salisbury.
So we believe that the UWP, who had been very well established in those constituencies and one of the longest serving parties, out of respect for the UWP, we should not have candidates in those areas. These are the strongholds. We think the UWP should, have a fair fight against one party, the incumbent party. So we will not do candidates in those areas. But outside of that, we have already filed candidates in a few constituencies, and we are going to continue aggressively to release candidates. I think Jerry is from Marigot, if I'm not mistaken. But probably we can talk about somewhere else for him, if he's willing to talk about it. We have multiple candidates already earmarked. We have one who has been launched in Castle Bruce. I think the next one we had earmarked to be launched was Pebush. And then I think Petra's constituency after that. And I think, Carlos, your constituency after that. And I think we are going to go to Soufriere after that. And I think we have somebody for Rosa Valley after that. And I think we're thinking of Portsmouth after that. And this is not gimmick. This is real stuff. So hopefully in 2026, we launch enough candidates to allow us to be able to win on our own as a party with 11 seats and more. And hopefully by the end of the year, we have at least 11 to 15 candidates launched and ready for the elections whenever it is called. We also want to do other things, but we don't have time to get into that program and develop it. So if you invite me the next time, Carlos, I'll be happy to maybe speak a bit more about that, a very big plan we have to raise money. But I don't think we should start discussing it tonight.
No, that needs its own program.
Of time, yeah.
I know.
Program.
Yeah,
we need to rush that. And I just want to thank those who relate the program. Thank those persons such as MO News and I think Mr. Trendsetter Murphy, of course, and the others who shared the program, and not forgetting Dr. Triffy, who was a big supporter of the work that we do. She's very well aware.
I love Triffy, boy. Bad,
I find the way you're saying that there.
No, man, come on, man.
I ban.
No. You're doing improper motive, man. That is my sister, man. I mean, I am saying that because of what she brings. I know how she inspires me, my brother. I know my brother. That last few months have been tough on me, and listening to her, watching her, just gives me that urge to continue fighting. And she tells me that, man. She tells me that too. Just don't give up. Just continue fighting. And she tells me what is happening to me. How she know that now? And then I see politicians dancing. I see a fella dancing. I say, but bon Dieu, what is that? What is that? But then I see her dancing, Carlos. And Dr. Triffy has so much everything. And she has timing, she has groove, she has beat, did you see her dancing video? Carlos?
You know where she got that from?
Playing her track.
Ma Josephine. Josephine. A woman.
I don't know where she got it from, but she has it. Right. That is somebody that will be dancing in public. I see a politician dancing. I say, but what I seen there now? Where I am there now? I mean, so Triffy has
anyway,
that.
It's not everybody that's blessed with dancing skills. Those who cannot dance may have other skills to bring to the table. So let's not be saying. And we could always train them to dance. We could train them to dance. We could get Dr. Triffy to train.
My skill, no. I don't think politicians should be dancing. I don't understand why. I asked Carlos, and I think he answered me. He told me, Triffy, give him a reason why. I just see why politicians dancing. Everybody dancing, even Chav.
For the joy.
What joy?
To spread the joy in their bones.
Oh, really? We'll have to dance too, Petra. In fact, let me start to dance. We have to get into the dancing thing too, because the reason Carlos gave me why they dance seems to be making sense. So Carlos, from now on, we're going to be dancing. All right, Petra, everybody, let's start dancing.
So next program, when we start introducing this big program there, we have to start with a dance.
Yes, and let's take lessons from Triffy, Dr. Triffy. Trendsetter does dance too, he's a dancer too,
Oh,
and Mo too. I saw Mo doing a little dance shot in her live for the Christmas. The Mo have groove too, And she did a live.
Good evening.
She did a live on Zone Rouge. You guys didn't see that live?
I saw
Yes,
the
I
live.
saw
I
it.
couldn't get to listen to everything, but I saw it was very.
And the guys were speaking about the same thing. We were speaking about the stereotype, the negative stereotype of the block. And these guys, I believe them. They were convincing. Yes, they smoke. Yes, they do their stuff. But these guys are good guys. And Mo was there taking pictures of them, speaking to them. And they are saying that people should not stereotypically brand them as being negative. And all they were talking about is positive. And about the and changing and being progressive. I heard one guy speak about his daughter. I mean, I was proud to hear the conversation that Mo had with these guys on Jean Rouge. And I told her, go to Washington next and other places and see what these people have to say. All of them say, go ahead.
Yeah, I say I do believe if given the right environment, these people can really change Dominica into a positive way. It's just the environment for you. It's just the environment, and that is it for them. They're just trying to survive. And they're in survival mode now. And so if given the opportunity of abundance, the actions will change as well, because that's not how people of abundance behave. And we can ask Dr. Triffy.
Yes, the incentive to do the right things. Exactly. Or to do different things. Because for them...
And you have to replace what they're doing with something else of greater value.
Do something.
If you're going to tell me give up what I have, you have to put something on the table that's going to benefit me more than what I was doing before.
One of these guys said he had a shirt that he got from overseas. He traded the shirt, to get money to feed his family.
Imagine this.
Give them an opportunity to make some money. They will do their hustle. Exactly. And people who are in those hustles are good hustlers. So we should not really cry down people when we see them in certain areas. We should meet them as Mo did. And I challenge other media houses to do involve as Mo is involved. Be involved as she is. Look, she's carrying us live tonight. Thank you, Mo, for what you're doing. Continue carrying us because we have a message. We are all for progress and love and togetherness. So I'm happy that you're doing this and keep on doing what you're doing. Mo, God bless you and your business and your family. Make plenty money, Mo. Go to many places and cover, do stories, become innovative, because I think that's what God has blessed you with, for talents to be innovative. So become a millionaire. Become the next.
And she have created a great team with her, and she have made employment. She have created employment in Dominica for persons who had skilled in what she wanted to use them for. So she's doing what she can. She's doing her part, and everybody should join in and do their part. And if all of us do our part, I can guarantee us we will be a better nation.
Listen. And while we're at it, I just want to big up a dear brother and friend of mine who similarly doing great things. That is Ricardo Centomir and Cardo's Media. And not forgetting the guys of the Dominica Breaking News. I hope if they haven't read this, I hope they do. And when we're back again, I will be sending you all the links to the program so that you can relate as well. Because Dominica needs to hear what Teammunity has to offer.
And that's important, because we cannot singularly single out people. It should not be one message. If we have 4 parties, 5 parties, we should hear from all parties. And I'm happy Mo is at least giving us a little play. We hope DNO do it too, and Q. Just allow people like us, because we have very good ideas. And remember, we are the only party which contested the last election. Now, parties are preparing to contest the next election. My question to you is, if you did not contest the last one, and nothing has changed between the last one and now, why are you contesting the next one? Nothing much has changed. So we stood up and fight for our country's democracy. If you go to the history of Dominica, you will see TUD, DLP running the last election. And Carlos, we got over 100 votes in 2 months. We were out for. We had no meetings, nowhere. We had no money,
no financing,
nothing.
No. The only thing we had was the plans for Dominica. The plans. The only party with a plan for Dominica.
And I can say for the record, it cost us $25,000 to do what we did. Politics is expensive. So with the little money we had, that's all we could have done. A good manifesto, some t-shirts, pay our running fees that we lost our deposit, no problem. But we were able to stretch our little $25,000 to do what we could have done. And we were the only party with a manifesto. And our manifesto is there to prove. And that will always be the history of Dominica, that at the election of 2022, Team Unity was the only party which filed a manifesto.
While others spent millions and provided no plans.
Right. And others that did not contest against us. Because in Lapland, for sure, the party that did not contest was going around on a loudspeaker campaigning against TUD in Lapland. They spent a whole week on our case in Lapland. Of course, we lost Lapland. And the people that are doing it have now left the opposition party and joined the government party. They try all their best. Listen to me, that politics, they're not easy, you know, Petra. You know, you're not contesting. Well, give us a chance now. You want to contest against us, so you wanted the other side to win. The other side win, now you with them. You know, so we have done it, and we're asking the media to just give us a little play so we can show you what we have, so Dominicans make the best choice from all the parties. Or maybe
I'm not to wait last minute, 2 minutes before your program ready to start, to say, oh, by the way, we need you to come, Alex. Anyway, let's leave that there.
Carlos, if you're not stone there, don't do that, man. Let's move on, man. They will call us. If at least we had 10 minutes notice for that last program, we would have done it. But 1 minute, it was just too tight. You can't call me now for a program now. If you want to have the team on a program, give us a little time. Let us plan. Let us prepare to come. We'll be happy to come on any program of any party. But at least give us the honor of, or the dignity of a little heads up. Don't call right away and say, can you guys come now? That doesn't work that way. And we don't have to get into details of that. I don't want to put anybody business outside, but we are open and willing to be part of any discussion with all the parties or any party. All we're saying is that give us at least an hour notice, at least an hour. Preferably a day, but give us an hour at least.
Because if you read the ticker running in the bottom of the screen here, TUD is all engaging.
Yeah. Just give us a little notice, Mr. Media Person. The next time you have in your talk on the block, give us a little, at least half an hour. So I say talk on the block.
I don't know what you said there, but let's move on. Let's move on. We have an
we'll edit that part.
But guys, I just want to thank those who have been lit on with us. We look forward to seeing you there the next appointed time. We usually on every Tuesday at from 8 o'clock. Next week we want to announce a big program that we want to look forward to implementing this year. We hope that you all will embrace it and work with us as we look to do a more progressive Dominica. Alex, any last words? And then Petra, before we end it.
Thanks for the opportunity. This is therapy. You know, I'm happy to be able to do this and to support you, to support the team that I'm part of. I am a part of this team. Yes, I'm here as a professional as well, but I am claiming my allegiance to this team, and I'm looking forward to be working with you and anyone else who believe that we can kind of work somehow together to change Dominica's fortunes. Again, I would like to reach out to our government to thank them for what they have done. You have done some good stuff, guys and ladies, but there have been some stuff that was not done very well, and we are now suffering because of that. You have been in office for quite a while, so we would like to replace you. No hatred, no vendetta. And when we replace you, we will not victimize you or your wives or people who work with the government. We will take care of you. We will just make more people rich, in addition to those that you have made rich. And we will continue the projects that you are doing. So the airport and everything else will be done. So get ready to be moved. Don't feel sorry or sad about being transitioned, because we are in the benefit of everybody, including you. So we are not going to threaten your earnings or your livelihood. Whatever you do based on your own life, it depends on you. But we as a government who are going to replace you will not be having any vendetta. We have no chip on our shoulder. We just want to take Dominica into a different direction. Because after over 2 decades, Mr. Government, Madam Government, we don't think that you're on the right track, or people are not on the right track, and we want to help to put Dominica on the right track.
Petra?
Okay. Well, yes. So for me, it's all about having that vision for hope and helping our people become better version of themselves and helping the country at large. I believe that we have a lot of great ideas that will not only help benefit one person, but benefit everybody else as a cooperative, as if we work together. So as I pledge my support to the people in my constituency, and I said if they want to give me the opportunity to represent them, I am willing and able. I'm from the constituency of Cottage. And so my thing this year is to make sure I present a plan for our Cottage constituency and how we together can become better and to help not only my constituency, but Dominica at large. And I know for sure if we work together as a group of people with one vision, moving in one direction, we will reach our goal, which is to make Dominica financially stable, make Dominica the beacon in the Caribbean where everybody would want to come to enjoy our natural resources, our lakes, our springs, our sulfur, bath, and so which we so much promote. So work with us, join us. Don't forget to send questions or make comments. We are people who listen, and we are all engaging as our on our screen say. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. We speak with everybody, we listen to everybody, and we have meaningful conversation with everybody. So good night, and I hope you join us next week and to make things better in Dominica.
I cannot add any much more to this than just to give a shout out to our dear brother Chris Bugunu, who's always a big supporter of Team Unity. Chris, love you, bro. Yeah, we will speak when we get the chance, and of course, we take a lot of the suggestions that you made into consideration. With that, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and look forward to being on your screens, your phones, your tablets, your TV screens next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Look forward to Team Unity. Thank you very much for having us in your space.
There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.